said dryly. Theo grinned a crooked smile. "What with?" Now or never, I told myself, and took the glass he offered, then a hearty sip, and was overwhelmed by flavors. It was sour and tangy and complex and smoky. Theo was right. I wouldn't say it tasted good exactly, but its complexity was impressive. Someone had worked very hard to make so many flavors bloom and blossom. "I don't know that I ever need to drink it again," I said, looking at Theo. "But it's an achievement." "I don't want to drink an achievement," he said. I couldn't really argue with that. He gestured toward Lulu. "Should we go say hello?" Lulu was still holding court across the room, nodding at a thin man with bowl-cut white hair. I watched her, waited until she finally raised her gaze and looked around, then lifted my glass. She gave me a wink, returned to her conversation. "Done," I said. "Actual discussion can wait until she's made it through her court of admirers." Which gave us time to look around the room. You couldn't beat people watching at a sup party. In addition to the shifters, there were a handful of the scantily clad nymphs who ruled the Chicago River, several of them being wooed by pack members, and a few vamps from Chicago's other houses. "Hey!" Turning the word into a melody, Lulu squeezed between me and Theo, linked her arms with ours. "Is everyone having fun?" As if on cue, one shifter threw another across the room, the move echoed by tinkling glass. Onlookers cheered and applauded. "Ain't no party like a shifter party," Lulu said, "'cause a shifter party don't stop after drinking a reasonable amount of booze." "I'm not sure anything else could top this," Theo said. "This may be the last party I ever need to attend." "It's a great party," I said to Lulu, kissing her cheek. "And the mural looks amazing. Congratulations." "To Lulu," Theo said, and we lifted our glasses. Thank you. I'm still shocked I got it done." She lifted her gaze to the crease where the wall met the ceiling. "I'd avoid touching that corner," she said with a pixie smile. "Unless you want to wear paint." "I do not," I said, "and I doubt even shifters would get drunk enough to climb the actual walls." "One never knows," she said, and was beckoned by someone across the room. "I'll catch you later." "Have fun," I said, and she moved through the crowd again. A hush fell over the room. I looked around, thinking she was about to make a speech, or I'd been wrong about the effect of booze on shifters, and someone actually was inching up the mural. But that's not why they'd gone silent. "Well, well," Theo said, gaze on the corridor at the other end of the space. "Look who's back in town." I scanned the crowd, and my gaze came to a halt just as Theo's had done. Connor Keene, the Prince of Wolves, had come home. If swagger was a mood, he'd perfected it. Connor was tall and broad-shouldered, hard muscle under taut, sun-kissed skin. His hair was dark and wavy, his eyes pale blue under thick brows. His jawline was chiseled and marked by a sexy dimple in the chin. He was the son of the North American Central Pack's Apex, and he moved into the room like a prince among royals. I'd have called it arrogance if he wasn't able to back up his words with action. Even if I didn't know that beneath that wicked facade there was competence, care for those within his circle, and an unquestionable loyalty to the pack, I'd have put money on his being Apex one day. His power was strong enough to send eddies of magic swirling in the room. It had been weeks since I'd seen him, since we'd fought back a group of fairies intent on destroying Chicago by replacing our world with theirs. And he and I had shared a shockingly good kiss. It was strange to have kissed someone, to have wanted to kiss someone, who'd driven me crazy as a kid. But he'd grown up, become a different kind of man. He'd